And suddenly you had, Kemba sneaking his way through. So, like, a lot of those, like, small win conditions, yep, ticking off those boxes. I don't know what's happening to Raise Your Edge here. I'm struggling. I know that we normally only, interview the winners, but I'd love to hear, what they're struggling with here, what's costing them these games, what's causing them to slow down.
And I'm right in thinking last week it was Miramar that was actually being one of their best maps and one of their better maps compared to Erangel. Like, yeah, I suppose you just got to brush it off, go again, and see how it goes. The only issue that I have is, do you start becoming a target for people? Do you see names on the feeds and you think, okay, that's an easy kill for me. They're not playing at their best. Maybe they're mentally broken. We could just push onto them as a team and take advantage of that situation. Like, there are points, and we've seen it before. We've seen it on LAN hell at PEL, where teams would come off of those LAN stations and physically just ignore one another and just go their separate ways, sit on different couches, go listen to music, go outside and not speak to the team. That's a shot and a half. Granted, he probably doesn't have a helmet, but to dink him out the back of a can at that range, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, 30. A party from the off angle. Armin's now trying to take a different route and a different approach, but he has to be careful himself because the same people will have an eye on him as to what Markelov's dealing with. Where's the rest of the roster, though? How far away are they? Okay, so they can't move, and currently on the map that I'm seeing, they are not moving for love nor money. They're pinned in by several different angles and several different teams. Urax is confirmed, down, dead, and done. Exit the server, rather, unfortunately. Markelov's still trying to find a different angle onto the team of 4 directly in front of him. But unfortunately, it was that third-party scenario, but ultimately his downfall. 1-2, thank you. Stolen away. Manic grabs the points. Misfits from up high. Full overwatch of all of this. Just kind of get in these cars and bomb it away, to be honest with you. It's not a fight you want to be taking. It's pointless. It's worthless. There's so much land grab in front of you that you can go and, go and grab. Penguins apparently can't drive, Lauren. Can they drive?
What do you think, Rich? What do you think? Do you think they can drive? No, they cannot drive. I'll get some real facts going pretty soon, because the Depths just lost out on Sunzy, and it looks like they're backing away from this. Yeah, they're already down to just 2 of them, Noki and...
Yeah, with that swing, it puts them in prime territory. Take a look at this circle and kind of discuss it a little bit more. The hotspot has to be said. Pretty much between where Navi, you give them so many points of entries. Once they're in, they're in. That's the only thing. You'll have to kind of stick it. This fight will have to come forward now as Gustav and Pussface find themselves pinned up against the vehicles. Pulls over, stepping the mark though, but he is someone who can answer back to scenarios like this. Unfortunately, doesn't go his way this time. He is instantly flushed. That is a bloodthirsty shot I've ever seen. Tundo says no. Takes the point. Northern Lights also see this unfold. That's rather unlucky for FaZe Clan. That was their anchor point to the next circle. Should it be unfavorable, go more towards the eastern side. Raise Your Edge have turned up to the party. Thankfully, this time round it's only a solo player. Shiv, though, what's in the chamber? What can you do? It's time to step up. Shiv, initially, with the opener, with the flush as well. Monkey downside. And we spoke about the Wildcats. But if you go towards them, they've got some bite. You have to be careful, and there it is. Second one falls as well. Shiv up on top of the hill. Where's Nail up in all of this? Okay, he's just down below. But
Monkey's about to die anyway. It's probably going to be down to 3 at probably 2. At best case scenario, they're bound to down to 2, right? And the Wildcats aren't going to back away from this. Why would they? They can just shuffle up a little bit, get into the new circle, and they're fine. They don't have to hurry. They've got no one pressuring them for a way, for a way longer amount of time. Did FaZe lose out on 2? I feel like they did here. I feel like they've lost out on a fair amount of players. Right, here we go. Shiv, what can you do? Please raise your edge.
Cars on fire. Bullets everywhere. They found some sort of a dip, but that's a little bit exposed from the back. That's the only problem. Look at Tixu already. Behind a rock, and now you kind of sit, you pray, and you hope. Itzy and Uber are still disconnected from one another. I'd eventually like to see those boys get together. Squeaky found Zeron, whether or not that was clearing out the backside. Oh, okay, so he's holding Monte Nuevo. That's fair. I can see that. Maybe going for some entry frags if they want to work their way down. So you know teams will be coming this way. Tempest, Misfits, L, Ettigat as well. Everyone has to come down from that hillside, and now they're all being pinballed. Squeaky's position is causing so many teams so many problems. They have to opt to ignore him, and he's going to forcefully set the fight between Tempest and Misfits here. Him being there is acting like a pinball. He's bouncing them towards. He has gone down, I believe, during that. No, in fact, he hasn't. I'm telling a lie here. He's still up and running, but that's going to be a really nasty fight that now unfolds in Monte Nuevo because there's very little terrain.
Look at Wookie's angle. It's so filthy. He's going to see another player, and he should get the last. Oh, one more bullet would have done it. He's got to just hope there's no one else there so he can focus on this player. Nice little kind of cautious peek. Look at that shoulder peek there. Not overextending, not just wide peeking into it or fat peeking, as someone said yesterday. The point is, like, that was really well played by Wookie Bookie. Sadly for Tempest, they are down to 2. You highlighted it. This has been a death run. Squeaky being a pain. They're not 100% sure because it's Uber and 80 left alive, and it's a classic phase compound, but only with 2. Now in the south, you've got Na'Vi, and they're in a good spot as well. A little bit pinned in because that road will cost them a fair bit of movement, but Tempest trying to build their way through as well. They're going through this. They're going through the motions. They're trying to work their way through on Monte Nuevo. It's not easy, though. That is a very hard crunch area. About to go crazy.
Raise your edge, 15th place. Disappointing, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do. It wasn't helped by the Wildcats. They didn't help themselves to put themselves up against the blue, put themselves out of the picture, and now they're just melting away. They'll be melted off the server, 14th place, and move to his next fight. Red Zone, Penguins, WP. Who has points that can pick up, then why the hell not? They need them. And they have the hillside. Go time to peek up over. There's one. Where's the second? Swings, fires, finds it. 13th place for the Nuclear Penguin. Good cleanup here from Haiku, but now they have to deal with Red Zone. They hear noise, and they have to take this fight continuously.
Yeah, as soon as you start, you can't stop, right? It's just keep going until maybe one team makes it in, and more often than not, all the teams kind of end up dying in these situations. They're so far out in the corners, even if they beat every other team here, right? Even if, let's say, Red Zone this time, the remaining man of Red Zone gets maybe 1 or 2 kills, every other team knows you're coming down that hillside. So it's going to be tough for them to kind of convert that into anything beyond maybe one player snaking it. Hence, made the mad dash. Squeaky actually made it. Did you see that? Just full sent, yeeted off the bike, got himself in. We do still see wasted potential holding on here. They do have a couple of players. I think it's 3 players standing in that corner. Better luck next time. This position has been the downfall of a couple of teams, but Tempest just kind of slotted into the spot that unravels this one. We've seen these circles play out before, and they have ended exactly where Tempest just went. We've seen Fields have endings. Na'Vi on the move, though. Big squad play. Kemba on foot. 2 of the vehicles. Tab on foot. Senya runs over Squeaky. Na'Vi. Excellence again. Look at that hit. 2 in the vehicles got the attention, but can they make it further? Redline is waiting, and Kemba just got flushed. The men that were on foot have to face the music here. It's going to be very hard for them to get further forward because suddenly Redline has such good vision on them.
Was so well executed. Sending some off in the vehicles and then send a hit squad over the road to deal with a problem that's in front of you. They remove ends from their position. They get the body boxes and they can loot up. Senya's a little bit further and deeper inside the circle with somewhere that they can swing to should they have to move, and no doubt they will do, unless this circle comes all the way to the south. Adept, same scenario as before, making up into the top 10, maybe even further with a very centralized position. For Heiku, you have to think back and say, was the risk-reward worth it? All 3 of you pushed out from the safety net of the base that you had.
Senya overpeaked on that one. Marv got up close. Insta-flush too. And for Na'Vi, I mean, the problem is they did the hardest part, right? They made it across the road, but now they're just little by little Redline using those 4 players really, really well to kind of capitalize on the map control now. Better luck next time. Any cover, high ground, Ivers already on a flank. It looks like Redline have got their sights set. Now, for Tempest, they need to find their way forward. But we are seeing the shots from Redline coming towards. Better luck next time. This was one of the win conditions that Na'Vi needs to slot one of their players into maybe a better spot. So they've been able to move the tab up. This one is still just hitting the deck. Tab's gone for it. Tab's gone for the aggression, but Ivers' off angle is massive. That tag shows that he wasn't safe, but Best Luck helped him out as well. Na'Vi are trying to work this one out. They're not going down just yet. They're trying to find a way forward. That was a long old shot from Best Luck too. Better luck next time. Got in their cars and sent it. FaZe on the move as well. We have, you know, wasted potential up in the north, slotting in here. This will be the biggest fight, and Ivor's going down. Na'Vi, this is a 2v4. They could do well in, but Marv's off angle. Just up on top. He's going to catch him out. Or at least one of these players. There's not much more to be said about that. Surely he can't actually find both. Maybe he can. Marv, is he about to throw the pan at him? Best of luck. Not sure what he can get out of this now.
He's been sat watching for a while his teammates get the res. Wookie puts an ender to better luck next time. Fast rail comes onto Wookie as well. That's from all the way up in the hillside. And now that fight's made some noise here. FaZe Clan are just over the ridgeline to them, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's their time to strike. Maybe they can, given the fact of Northern Lights and WP have huge amounts of viewership over all of these teams by being on those hillsides. I mean, look at the road. Maybe get to the vehicles directly in front of them. But the question is, do they know where Adepts are? Adepts just hit the deck and sent it central. They've been there for a while. They've not been firing, not been showing face.
And best of luck alive. Redline still trying to keep that in mind. You can see the fire coming across the battlefield. That's from south to north this time. We've mostly been looking at it as a west to east situation. As FaZe going to start putting down those smokes, we do see Fast Rail finding Noki. This might almost encourage FaZe to be able to speed things up here. But Fast Rail, oh, tag from above. That's Northern Lights getting involved. And suddenly, FaZe, everything came together for them to make the cross happen. They've actually pulled up. They're in the new circle. And I don't want to say safe, but they're in. Everything fell in the right place. The flush comes out, but now Fast Rail. Can he undo it? Where the shots? Fast Rail. You needed those to land. And yes, it was a quick kind of, let's see if I can do some damage and back away, but I was hoping one of those mini shots would have found its place.
The circumstances that unraveled them to FaZe to make it across the road was just phenomenal. Now Fast Rail's forced out into the blue. And he needed those initial shots, as you talked about, from FaZe Clan, by now having to run around and work his way back to his roster, put out a player some out of position. He goes down and out towards the blue with the shots coming through. Mestalodge up close against the tree. Isn't actually burning, so he's kind of safe for now. The second one might flow around and grab him, though. Ubra and Idsit still working hand in hand tandemly to try and maybe take down these players of WP. Navi goes out in 6. Airkey falls as well. Sophia, wasted potential. Well, the hillside, you know, you missed those initial shots off back of FaZe, and they just battered you. They've jumped over the position. They've removed you from the server. That's damn good work. If they found Tundo, that is a hell of a lot of pieces of the puzzle that's come to play. So don't get me wrong, they fought for this ground that they have now. But my God, it's been a knife set the entire time.
Yeah, Tundo's found 80 though. This is a really hard position to remove. If you look at the headshot angle, the nade's going to do... Why did you peek it? Why did you peek it? You could have waited on the nade. Why did you peek it? Oh, Uber, I love watching you play, and you're such a good player. You didn't need to do it. I mean, it is what it is.
That's savage if they pull this one off. What a way to start the championship Sunday, but a Sunday nonetheless. We have a 6-3, but red line still fueling the tank. Meds have already hit. This allows maybe Northern Lights to reposition. I can see Batula and Perfectix. They don't realize the hit squad's coming around for them. They're getting an off angle onto this one. If they can find QBE, Fricky has no idea. He has no idea where they are now. They've silhouetted, they've shown their hand, but they've also realized where he is. Nades are being cycled, and here we go. Initial damage made, pushed up against the blue. It's time to strike. 6 times is there. The wiggle, the wobble, it's good.